Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about dangers here in the Philippines. I'll be discussing a little bit about street smart, drinking water, food you eat, STDs, HIV, traveling out to the province to meet a girl, and a few other things. I hope you like the video. And one of these dangers is showing off, flashing cash. This is one that can get you in physical problem, can get you robbed. If you go to the ATM and you get a lot of money, get your money at the bank. Do it inside the mall. Don't be doing it at some ATM in a marketplace or somewhere where somebody can be watching you and they pick you out of the crowd and decide, there's my next victim. And don't be showing off in restaurants and in bars and when you go shopping. Have your money in one pocket, but have smaller money in the other. So when you buy a coffee, a Coke, a bottle of water, you're not pulling out 10, 15,000 pesos. You can reach in and pull out a 20 peso bill or a 50 peso bill or some change. Don't become a victim because you showed off and you let everybody know that you have a lot of money. And don't show off too much of your equipment. If you have cameras and cell phones and things, keep them put away until you need them. You know, don't walk around with the camera hanging below your neck on a strap if you're not going to be using it. Put your items away. If you have a cell phone, keep it in your front pocket. Be aware of pickpockets. Everybody knows about this stuff with pickpockets, people going into your backpack. But guys, don't be showing off what you have. Don't have a lot of fancy jewelry, expensive watches, diamond rings. Don't be showing off. Blend into the crowd. Just be a regular Joe. That's one way you can stay safe here in the Philippines and avoid one of the dangers. One of the dangers here is STDs and HIV. Guys, sexually transmitted diseases. You know, like syphilis and gonorrhea, HIV. Be careful. Come over here and be protected. You know, there's so many dangers, especially if you go way out into the province. You're away from the big city. It might be hard to get treated if something happens to you and you catch one of these diseases. Stay covered up, man. Put the cap on that little guy. Keep it covered. What do they say? Put the raincoat on or put the umbrella on. Protect yourself. Let me tell you the story of Janet and I were having dinner with a couple. And this guy, he just met this girl online. She showed up. My God, she was hot. She was in a full bodysuit. It was like she poured this suit on. You could see everything. The breasts, there was no bra. The panties, I don't even know if they were on. It was tight. She was hot as can be. And we sat down and they had drinks, but we were having dinner and we were talking and we were talking. And don't ask me how the subject came up, but I asked her, when was the last time you had sex? And she said 2 years. And I'm looking at this hot thing and saying there ain't no way she's gone 2 years without having sex. Well, lo and behold, they left. The guy told me the next day that they went back to his place and it was the best sex he's had in ages, in years, just the best. 2 weeks later, he told me he had to go see the doctor. He had some strange feelings down there. You know he caught something. So guys, stay protected. Be careful with your sexual partners. Be very careful. STDs, HIV is very prevalent here in the Philippines. It's something that is hard for provincial people in the province to get treated because of the cost. Treatment, testing's not available. So be careful. Be careful, pick your partners wisely, and stay protected. Another one of the dangers is know your physical limits. Guys, this is really important. You come over here, you're 60, 65, 68, and you want to experience the beauty of the Philippines. You want to travel. You want to go swimming in the beaches. You want to go swimming at the ocean. Be careful. Be careful, you know, the current, the tide going in, coming out. Have you swam a lot in the ocean? Be careful of your physical condition. You're not a young guy anymore. And if you're not used to swimming in the ocean, take it easy. Stay close to shore. Know your limitations. And the one thing I want to tell you about is here in TUBEBUDDY, when people like to visit the waterfalls, make sure it's a waterfall you can hike to. Know your limitations on how much physical activity you can do, how far you can hike. There's one set of falls right above Valencia. Casa Aurora Falls. And it has many steps. Once you get up there by motorbike or by car, you have to walk down these steps, and it's over 300 steps down, steep, and over 300 steps coming back up. And you have to hire a guide to take you. It's very dangerous. So know your limitations. Don't go visiting waterfalls that, you know, you're overweight, you haven't really been hiking a lot in your home country, you don't have the stamina to go and visit. Stay within yourself. Know your limitations. And that also goes with driving. People talk about the dangers of driving in the Philippines. If you're not a good motorcycle rider, if you haven't ridden a scooter around or a motorcycle in many, many years, careful when you rent one. How far you're going to travel and the roads you're going to take. Don't be going off-road. Don't think that, you know, you went on some dirt trail back in the US that you can do the dirt trails here in the Philippines. They're pretty dangerous. Know your limitations, know what you can do, enjoy yourself, of course, visit sites, visit places, go swimming, go hiking, but know your limitations when you do this. And when you're swimming, watch out for the jellyfish. They sting. To me, getting off the plane, the biggest danger is losing everything. Lose your ID, lose your credit cards, lose your wallet. Money can be replaced, you know, but if you've lost your passport, your ID, your credit cards, you're standing in, you know, the middle of Cebu, you know, you've been pickpocketed or somebody stole your backpack and all that's gone, you got to protect yourself. Make sure you have credit card put away somewhere else. You know, if you got it in your backpack, have one in your pocket. Whatever you got to do to protect yourself. Think ahead. Think of the worst possible case scenario. If you lost everything, what would you do? I've had a lot of guys tell me with their passport, they get the little passport ID. It looks like a driver's license, but it has all your passport information on there. It's not good enough to get you back into your home country, but you can use it as an ID. You can use it to help you replace your passport. On your phone, keep all the phone numbers you're going to need. Phone numbers to your bank, of course, phone numbers to the embassy. Every phone number you're going to need in case of an emergency. If you're stuck in the middle of nowhere and you lost your ID and your credit cards, it's just a bad thing. I think this is the worst thing that can happen to somebody when they first get to the Philippines. It's up to you to protect them. Make sure they don't get lost. Keep them in a safe place. Divide them up a little bit. Don't keep everything in one spot. Don't keep everything in one wallet. Make sure you have backup. You know, there's nothing wrong with having a secondary credit card, a secondary debit card. And I'm going to tell you the story of this one gentleman, and I met him at Ayala Mall, and I could not believe the story, but it made a lot of sense to me. He had his credit card information stolen from him. And I said, how did it get stolen from you if you always have your credit card with you? And he goes, well, he went and was entertaining a young lady. They went back to his room, and he doesn't know what happened. I know what can happen. I've read about this in Las Vegas, and it happened with a lot of the call girls in Las Vegas. They would go with a guy, they would drug the guy, get him drunk, put him to sleep, wear him out where he passes out. And they don't steal your credit card, and they don't steal your ID. They take pictures of it. They take pictures of the front of your credit card and the back of your credit card. And same thing with your ID. They take a picture of the front and the back. So they can go ahead and make charges on your credit card. You know, when you go to charge something online with a credit card, they ask for your credit card number, they ask you for the expiration date, and they ask you for the 3-digit code on the back. And if these people already have this information, they took the picture of it, you have your driver's license, you have your credit card, and you don't know it was stolen, you haven't reported it stolen. These people are just using it. And being that you're in a foreign country, it might be a few days before you catch on that someone's been using your card. And if they're using your card, they're going to use it until it can't be used anymore. And then when you need it, it's been blocked. So be careful when you're dealing with these one-night stands, as I will call it. When you're with somebody who you really don't have an emotional attachment with, it's just some fun and games. Don't give them the opportunity to take pictures of your credit cards, pictures of your ID, and they put it all back in your wallet and give it to you. If they steal your credit cards, they know in the morning you're going to report them stolen, and they won't get much use out of it. Taking the photo of the credit card front and back is much more profitable to these people nowadays. Another danger, and I worry a lot about you guys coming here. You know, you come to Cebu, you make that your home base, or Manila, or wherever you decide to be your home base. And online you meet somebody, and it's a girl and she lives in the province. So you decide you're going to travel to the province to meet a girl. Now, you've only been talking to her for a few days, maybe 1 or 2 video chats, but you're ready to get on your chariot, your motorbike, your car, or just take a bus there to meet this girl. You're going to travel all the way to a strange town, a strange province, strange barangay, and you're going to go meet a girl that you've never met before. How do you know you're not being set up? How do you know you're safe going there? That once you're there, her cousins aren't going to decide, what are you doing here? Give us your money. How do you know? You trust somebody you just started talking to a few days ago. My advice, guys, if you're in, let's just say you're in Cebu, and you find a girl in the province, Leyte, southern Cebu, maybe Toledo, or who knows where, and you've met her online. Don't go travel to her. Offer to pay her way to you. Offer to buy her a bus ticket to come and visit you. Many things happen here. One, you should be more comfortable because she's coming to you and she's in your playground. This is where you're living now. You know there's not a brother or a cousin hiding behind a tree or a building. You're meeting a girl you're going to have lunch with, dinner, and enjoy her company. If you go to the province and you meet her, now you have to go stay at a hotel. Maybe she'll offer for you to stay with the family. How do you know that's a good environment for you? How do you know that's a safe spot for you? There's no security there. You're the stranger. Anything that happens, they know the local police, they know the neighbors, they know the barangay captain. You know nobody. And if something bad happens to you, it's up to you to struggle to get to the bus to head back to Cebu. It's much better that you ask the girl to come and visit you. Pay all her expenses. She comes to visit you, you have a nice lunch, you have a nice dinner, maybe, you know, she spends the night with you, you get to know each other, and who knows what develops. Maybe this is the greatest girl in the world, but don't go somewhere you're not familiar. Don't go down any dark alleys. Don't go into little province towns that you know nothing about. I really worry about these guys who just jump on the first bus to go out in the province to meet somebody that they just started talking to. 99 out of 100, absolutely nothing's going to happen. But that one time, it could be devastating to you. So be careful. That's a big danger, to go traveling someplace where you don't know anybody. You're the perfect stranger. It's one thing if you know what hotel you're going to stay in, you're on a travel itinerary, you're going from this one town to this next town, and you pass province town. But to go somewhere and say, hey, I'm meeting this girl, this is my hookup, this is you know, somebody I'm interested in meeting. Do you know her age? Do you know anything about her? It's better if she comes to you. Be careful. It's better to be safe than sorry. And the other thing that is a big thing here, guys, how many foreigners have I met? How many subscribers have I met for coffee or for drinks or for lunch, and they're sick? They're sick, they're sweating, they don't feel well, they're just ill. And I'm not talking about having a cough and allergies. They're really sick. Maybe they drank some bad water. Maybe they ate some bad food. When you come here, you know, be very careful of the water. My first 6 months here, I drank all my water, bottled water, plastic bottles where I had to open the lid, crack the lid open, and drink the water. I didn't drink service water or mineral water. I drank bottled water for the first 6 months I was here. Guys, you go into the province, you go into these small towns, you order a Coke, you order a Sprite, you order a rum and Coke, and it comes with ice cubes in there. How do you know those ice cubes were made with good water? How do you know it wasn't made out of the tap? And a lot of guys, I think, get sick from the ice cubes. You know, they're drinking Coke, you know, bottled water, but then they order a drink and they want ice in there, and you know, they put ice in your glass and you pour the Coke in. Those ice cubes, maybe they're made with water that you're not used to drinking and you get ill. The locals, they've been drinking this water for years and years and years. It's your first try at this water. They're used to it. You know, their system has adjusted to the water. Yours hasn't. You could get sick, you get diarrhea, you can get really sick. So guys, be careful with the food you eat. Be careful with the water you drink and the ice cubes. I can't state enough how important it is with the water to drink bottled water when you get here. You know, the old thing when you went to Mexico, Montezuma's revenge. The revenge here is twice as bad. So be careful when you're drinking water and what you eat. You guys, you need to have street smarts. That's the big thing. Be smart. Think about something before you do it. Don't go walking down dark alleys to take a shortcut in the city. Don't be flashing your money. Don't get in a car because you're waiting for a cab and some guy just pulls up in a car and says, "I'll give you a ride." Why would somebody give you a ride? Be careful. Use your street smarts. Think carefully. Why is somebody doing that? Jan and I once were walking from the Quest and we were going to Ayala Mall. And we were just walking. It was morning, about 10:30 in the morning. And a couple street kids came up to us and they were selling towels. And anybody that's been here for a while, you've seen this. The kids, they got like 10 towels and they want you to buy a towel. And we said no. And we're standing at the red light. We're waiting for the light to change so we could cross at the crosswalk. And you really don't want to make eye contact with these kids, these beggars. It just makes you feel bad. You sort of want to ignore them. But I looked over and here's this little girl, 7, 8 years old, on her tiptoes, looking into Janet's backpack to see if there was anything for her to take. Be smart. If you have a backpack and you have valuables, put it to the front. If you're carrying your phone, don't put it in the back pocket. Janet's always pulling the phone out of my back pocket. Put it in your front pocket. Be careful. All it takes is one person to do something, one thief to get you, and it's ruined your day. Could be your week. What if that phone has all your banking information, all your contact numbers? You have to be very protected. Be street smart. Be street smart. Carry change in one pocket, big bills in another pocket. Don't let people see how much money you have. They all know you're here as a foreigner, you got more money than anybody else, but they don't know if you have it in your pocket, they don't know if you have it on your person, or you got it back in your room, or even in the bank. Be smart about things. Be smart about the food you eat. Be smart about the company you keep. And guys, keep that little guy protected. Careful of the STDs and HIV. That's one way to ruin a good vacation. So until next time, be careful.